All right, party time. Here we are once again. Um, I'm going to be doing something new with this video. I'll probably be posting this video in some different places, so there might be people new to my channel. And to those people, I just want to say, as a way of a brief introduction, is so far we've been having a lot of discussion. We've been talking a lot about this internet blogger, The Ruiner. I don't know if you ever heard of him. He's got a lot of crazy things to say about stuff that he's experienced, stuff that's really it's paradigm shaking, and I don't know. I don't know why, but I think this guy's on the level. This guy just seems to make a lot of sense. No, I'm teasing. All jokes aside, come on, let's have fun. We gotta have fun when we're here on planet Earth. You know what? We're all gonna live. Whether you think something happens after it or not, we're all gonna die. So while we're here, because we're not gonna be here for a long time, be here for a good time. We're gonna be doing something totally and completely different today. We're gonna be doing something so much fun that I'm really looking forward to. Okay? Now let me tell you something a little bit about myself because you're gonna need some context. Okay. First of all, what are we gonna do today? Today, we're going to be engaging in a very special form of, I guess you could call it remote viewing or kind of speculative remote viewing. Weird. We're going to be doing a kind of what I call psycho-reactive art. I'd love to tell you what that means, but I'm not exactly sure. Having invented it myself, I don't quite understand what it is. I'm a man of, I guess, whatever psychic abilities I have probably the same kind of capacity for psychic abilities as any human beings. I've never been identified as special by any special secret program. I don't, to the best of my knowledge, I've never been abducted. No one has ever, cited me or said to me that I was contacted by aliens telling me that I had a special role to play. Angels never visited me, and I've kind of had a mundane spiritual experience in life, in the sense that my life has basically been about spiritual seeking and investigating different things. And one of the things I'm investigating nowadays is the unknown, the supernatural. Parapsychology is a great old term that fell out of use that I think we should bring back. I have no idea what's real, but you know what I'm ready to do? I'm ready and prepared to say, I don't know what's up, but I want to find out. And guess what? I'm not scared to look stupid on the internet. So today, we are going to be using psycho-reactive art to locate Randy Cramer. We're going to find out where Randy Cramer, it's now 5:55, September 30th, 2015, Eastern Standard Time. Been working on this project for a little while. Say we've been doing it for an hour. So where is Randy Cramer between the hours of 5 o'clock and let's say we'll probably wrap up maybe around 6:37. Where's Randy Cramer in that 2 hour window? Not only, other people probably know, but Randy Cramer certainly, maybe knows for certain, maybe he's taking a nap, I don't know, maybe he's, but he's somewhere, right? Whether he's somewhere on planet Earth currently, on Mars, in another dimension, talking to a small little puffball entity named Parfugum-Schwer. That's one of the many he could be there. I mean, for all I know, I don't know. This is not really, we're having fun. I'm not joking here. We're really going to try and do this. We're really going to introduce the world to psycho-reactive art and try and use it to find Randy Cramer. Now, a little cheating went involved, but we're going to basically start at the beginning, tell you what psycho-reactive art is, and we're going to look at our psycho-reactive art piece we generated for today's exercise, and then we're going to try to find Randy Cramer. Where's Randy Cramer? And of course, what is the implicit invitation? Randy Cramer, if you're out there, let us know. Am I on the level? Is this a practice exercise gone awry? Does the magic 8-ball say yes? Say no? Maybe. Pretty sure. Let's find out. Okay. What is psychoreactive art? What am I doing here? Some people gaze into a crystal ball. Some people gaze into a black magic mirror. Basically, some people look at the clouds. That's a great magical exercise. You want to practice your remote viewing skills, you're never alone if you're near a cloud, right? You got a perfect practice partner waiting for your free association wonderment. So what we're going to do, what we do in psychoreactive art is basically we're generating a piece of art that we then look at, interpret, and read to try and find out a myriad of things. We can set up the psychoreactive art piece to be kind of like a tarot card reading. We could do a past, present, and future with it, depending on what ingredients we put into it. We can try and find Randy Cramer. We can do a lot of different things. So how did I generate this piece of art? Let's start right in. And you know, guys, it's abstract, and we're in for a weird and wacky trip because there are no rules, and we're here having a good time, having some fun. Psychoreactive art is not trademarked. Go ahead, pick up whatever you do from this video. Have further fun. Okay, so first of all, what I started off by doing is, okay, psychoreactive art, all I did, you know, you can do it in any household setting. If you're near a garbage dump, you'll probably have many tools to use, okay, you utilize. Basically, what I did today was I used a small notepad, you know, Post-it pad style thing, you know, a little bit larger than the average, and a couple of pens, highlighters, Sharpies, and a pen or two, black and blue, just for a variety of things. And basically what I did, what I started off is we start off with Randy Cramer's name, Randy Cramer. And we started off also with today's date, a numerical evaluation of today's date. It's 93015 for September 30th. 2015, right? And basically what we did first is we used it, you know, if anyone has heard about sigil magic, they'll know what I did here and they'll figure it out. Basically, I started off with Randy Cramer's name, took out all the vowels, right? And then I took out all the repeating letters. And I did the same thing with the numbers. And basically, I just found a way to place the letters and the numbers in an abstract fashion on the page. Wherever I thought it was, first letter, of course, was R. Where are we going to put our R? How long is the stem going to be? How long the flag? How long this, you know? And we just did that with all the letters, taking out all the vowels and getting rid of all the repeating letters. That gave us a little framework. And then we just did a variety of passes with different, you know, I'm not a particularly gifted artist, and we weren't trying to generate a particularly great work of art here, right? So I do a series of, you know, repetitive actions on the page, some intuitive art moves, not really, you know, I only see a little thing here. I'm trying to avoid drawing things. I'm trying to go for abstract patterns. I'm trying to break it up. Because what we're trying to generate here is a scrying mirror. We're trying to generate an abstract field that we can look at, free associate upon, see different patterns, you know, see things that look like words, see things that look like people's faces making expressions. Is it a happy face? Is it a sad face? Does he look upset? Right? And we see what we see. Whether it's a magic duck on Mars, you know, whether it's a guy on a boat, whether it's amoeba paramecium, we see what we see. And I just go around, I flip the page, I fill up the page, I flip the page, I fill it up again, right? We're trying to get rid of a lot of blank spaces. We're trying to give our minds a lot of things to work on. And when all is said and done, when your page is adequately noisy, as I say, you want a very noisy piece of psychoreactive art to work with, you can then do your little reading, okay? Now, I was very nervous, and what I did is, the reason I did the art piece ahead of time, and I'm glad that I did, is because it takes a fair bit of time if you want to take your time, not rush in and do it right. But of course, in an emergency situation, you can go as fast as you want to. Hey, a toilet paper roll and a ketchup packet will probably produce some very crude reading materials. But in a pinch, If you absolutely have to predict your future, Neo, to get yourself out of that 7-Eleven bathroom and back on the road, past the fuzz, you got to make do with what you got. Probably going to have this available as a separate, JPEG or some such file so you can play along at home, but of course you can do your own thing. So what do I see? We're trying to find Randy Cramer. Randy Cramer, where are you? Between approximately the hours of 5 and 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on September 30th, 2015. Randy Cramer, your input is, of course, appreciated, desired, and wanted. If you are Randy Cramer, you know where Randy Cramer was on September 30th, 2015 between the hours of 5 and 7 o'clock. I mean, they're about to scare the shit out of you. Or I do not have what it takes to be America's next top psychic. I probably don't. But the point is this, is that whether we find Randy Cramer or not, we will have had the experience of trying to find another living soul, wherever they may be in the multiverse, through the use of abstract art. I don't know how that could be a bad thing. But then again, that's probably why I'm babbling on YouTube. Enough with the foreplay. Where are you, Randy? I cheated a little bit. I was scared to death that this point in the video things would break down. So I got to admit I cheated a little bit, but with an open mind and an open heart, not looking for things to say, but looking for things that I literally saw when I'd done this exercise in the past, in private, no rush, no reason to feel like, what am I going to do here? Adjust the zoom. I feel like, no, wrong. It's all about the framing, right? Okay. So when I've done this in the past, basically I got myself into a good spot where I could, do a little pre-interview with the art so that we weren't here just wasting our time while I went. Okay, I got it. Randy Cramer is definitely, I think he's hanging out in an abstract art gallery, or maybe he's like in an alley with a lot of graffiti, right? I didn't want it to be that, so I cheated a little bit. I got myself into a fresh space, and I didn't try and find anything here. I just tried to see what I saw so I could show you how psycho-reactive art readings work. So maybe it would be a thing that you might want to try at home. I invite the comments, pro and con, comment section left on, thumbs up, thumbs down button left on, and Randy Cramer, feel free to tell us how on the money I am. Now this is going to be hard to do. Now this is where my editing skills will truly be shown to be, lackluster. I mean, you're going to have to, I'm going to be talking about something that I'm looking at that you don't see. So I don't know. But you see where I'm going with it. Maybe you understand exactly what's going on. I'm sure you're not going to be missing anything because it's all so subjective. But looking at this, I basically, the first thing that jumped out at me is the first thing that usually jumps out at me. And this is probably, common for humans, or probably based on, the way humans see the world is, faces, obviously, the stick figure men and, the smiley face type expressions. Those are always going to jump out at you, and you're going to see those right away. And when I looked at this, I basically saw two faces, two people, and, one of which was kind of going through a phase of transition, and one of which seemed to be in a very light space. Now, the one that I thought was in a very light space was towards the top of the page. Now, of course, we all have kind of baggage about these things. And when I interpret these things, obviously, there's, visual metaphors, things that are up or positive generally, things that are down or down, things that are light, big open spaces, or things that are dark, or ooh. And that's just we're free associating here. We're just trying to find some fun. But basically, I saw a face towards the upper edge, the upper middle section, which, of course, is it to the left? Is it to the right? But dead on in the center, I see a very kind of benevolent, kind of smiling face, looking up in wonderment. I see it as clearly as having eyes that are looking up, and I see it kind of, almost not preaching, but just being amazed at the wonder of life or at the wonder of existence. Saying this, speaking this, and just being kind of taken away, by the moment. Okay, as they're kind of preaching about these different things, and then below them I see a face of just kind of. So here's let me see if I can do as best I can. Here's our nice guy. See, here's his two eyes. Here's his mouth. He's kind of looking up, right? And underneath him, you see there's a guy. He's like, I'm freaking out over here. This guy's got kind of. I feel like there's two eyes, big eyes. Here's his mouth. He's kind of freaking out. See, I'll show you. He's going. There's a transition phase here, but basically what I see here is that while this guy is going on this, the guy he's, I think, presumably speaking to or trying to even help, I get a sense that the one guy is basically giving messages or trying to give messages of hope to the distressed individual. The distressed individual I see as being kind of I think I get a kind of a masculine feel for this guy. I also see kind of like kind of an arrowy type energy underneath his face, or which could be a necktie, which I traditionally associate with a male character or a male, entity, as well as, the obvious, phallic implications. So I see this as a guy, and I see him, it's almost like I see him as resting or sitting on a hillside. So I would be thinking that this might be a conversation that either someone is having with Randy Cramer, or Randy Cramer is having with someone. I see these two individuals, maybe they went on a nature walk, but I definitely see that they're outside, and they're definitely on what I think is some sort of inclined surface or hill or mountain. And like I said, the one guy's in some distress, and I interpret there's some shapes around him, around the secondary face, the kind of what I call the angry face. I also see what looks to me to be kind of a teardrop, kind of coming off of him. I see these kind of almost blocky patterns around him. The sense I get is that maybe this is a person who's got some anxiety. There's a lot of talk lately about transhumanism and the transhumanistic agenda. It's a very, one of these very, what we call popular memes, like the blue avians or the artificial intelligence black goo. Watch out, fool. The black goo is coming for you. Artificial intelligence. Okay, so, hey, make peace with it. Come on, leave him alone. He's been through a lot. First of all, he's black goo, right? Come on. You know how many times that guy probably reached out in positivity, was like, people were like, dude, you're black goo, man. You know what I mean? Everything about you says evil. Get away from us. Let's not get distracted. But I see this guy as being kind of, maybe he feels like he's being pulled into the transhumanist agenda. Maybe something's happening against his will. Maybe he needs to get a pacemaker, or something's happening, or maybe he needs an artificial limb, and maybe he's utilizing an artificial limb that is imperfect in a lot of different ways. There's better makes and models out there, but maybe this anxiety about what is him and where does he end and the machine begin if he starts going down this road. Maybe he's got energy about how he came to need the prosthetic limb or the prosthetic anything. It might not be a prosthetic limb. It might just be the transhumanist agenda in general. That this man may feel that he's being pulled into, or that society of the world is being pulled to. Maybe he's got a lot of anxiety about this. So the guy's trying to say, hey, come on, look up. There's a lot of things moving on in the heavens. There's a lot of other, powers at play. There's a lot of other things going on. You know what I mean? It's going to be okay, but this guy just doesn't get it. So I don't know if the lesson is about that this guy needs to wake up and see the fact that even though he's describing so many different amazing things, if he's staring up at the heavens so taken away by the wonderment that he's forgetting about, his brother down, suffering down, so here's this guy, he's looking up, it's this mirrored image thing that's killing me all the time. He's like, here's up. This is a good guy. Here's the guy freaking out. That's what I see. What do you see? You probably see a million different other things. And just because I see that doesn't mean that you don't see something else. Someone could look down. Maybe they're seeing an aerial view. Maybe this is a town that Randy Cramer could be near. We should look. Where is he? Where is he? Maybe he's right there. That's a little dot. There he is. Maybe he's there. I don't know. Maybe this is some sort of lake that he's near. I don't know. What I see is what I see. And what I see is I see this guy, he's looking up, he's preaching, he's like, and he knows. He doesn't need any convincing. He's not being pulled down, he's being pulled up, right? But he's losing, track of his buddy. I also see there's a kind of like a hooky thing here, but it's in the physical world. I see this as being kind of like, this represents the fact that maybe this guy needs to, you see what you see. Maybe it's safe to say that I see that, this guy, maybe needs to bring his head, his eyes down and say, okay, so I know this, I'm blown away by this. Okay, now I gotta get these other guys up. I gotta pull them up. I gotta get them out of here. And they're having the conversation on the hillside. The hillside is full of natural elements. There's a lot going on the hill. It's not, at first I thought it was a garbage dump. So here's your mirrored image. This whole area. There you go. This whole area. This is your, see, it's like from this corner, no, this corner to, no, there you go. You draw a line. You see the little triangle there between these two fingers? There's your mountain. Oh shit. Hey, check it out, dude. Oh, there's a space there. You definitely have some sort of, there's wherever you dudes are. Dude, Randy Cramer, if you're near a hill or a mountain, I don't care if they say it's on, look at that. There's a big open space there, right? There's a big open space there, almost as open as the outside sky over in this quadrant. Call me crazy, folks. I see it. And what do I see? And what do I know about that? Well, I know that I drew a picture, an abstract picture, specifically containing abstract and chaotic elements, so as to provide me with a kind of white noise that I could look at and kind of see and imagine images. Do any of those images have any connection to where Randy Cramer is during the hours of 5 and 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, September 30th, 2015? I don't know. I'd love to know if there was a correlation between where he is at that time and what I drew. We're going to be doing a little bit more psycho-reactive art and other such crazy explorations in the future. Why? Because it's fun. I don't know if I've got any psychic abilities. I don't know if psychic abilities are real. I'd like to think they are. Wouldn't that be? I'd like that. I like that. I don't care. I don't think it's a waste of time. If you can build a ship in a bottle, right? If you can play Dungeons and Dragons, if you can read the works of Shakespeare, what's the point of that? That doesn't feed the babies. That doesn't walk the dog, as we say. Mona Lisa, it's technically it's oil and water and grease and pigment on canvas. Oh, but it's so much more than that, right? It's so much more than that. So much more than that. Where do we go from here? I guess we're going to wait to hear from Randy Cramer. Did you have fun? Was this video enjoyable? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Have I lost my mind? Am I scaring anybody? Do you want to do more psycho-reactive art in the future? Hey, do you want to send me your name and birthday? I could do a reading. How much do I charge? Nothing. Why? Why would I charge for something that I get something and you get something out of? Why would I charge something when I know the inherent value may be bunko? Might be nothing. Wouldn't it be fun? Who knows? Who knows what the future holds? Randy Cramer, between the hours of 5 and 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, September 30th, 2015. Are you the preacher? Are you the one being preached to? Was it actually a conversation between two friends that you were observing? Were you watching a movie? Is it a scene from a movie that you were watching at the time? An abstract reference to the literature you were reading or seeing, or the conversation, the thoughts you were having? Let us know. Let us know. This is gonna be. Hey. And here's the other thing that's crazy and kooky and cool. Anyone who's seen my past videos, if people come to this video for the first time, never seen my old videos, this next part's not gonna make a lick of sense. But to those people who see my videos, hey, how crazy is this, right? What? Am I saying bizarro things on the internet too? But I thought I just got busy talking about how this stuff was nutty. And, if we're going to have some fun. I think it's going to be fun. Okay. You know what? I lost my train of thought. And that's a good thing. I'm not upset about that. I'm not worried about that. I think that's a good thing. Where in the world is Randy Cramer? Let's have some fun. People have fun. Lord knows I think we should. Peace and love. Love you all. I love you all. I love you all.